Welcome to the Top Step presented by Warrior Injury Law. If you're injured, contact attorney Rob Edens at 253-WARRIOR. Battle tested. How we going, mates? It's Ryan Rowland-Smith. Welcome back to the Top Step, or if you're new to the show, welcome to the Top Step, you new Mariners Weekly show, and make sure you go subscribe over at YouTube if you haven't already at the Top Step TV. That's where you get all the breakdowns, the extended interviews, how to speak Australian, all the fun stuff. Go to YouTube, or you can follow us on X and Instagram at the Top Step TV, or if you listen to the show, you can go to anywhere you listen to your podcast and enjoy the Top Step and all the extra stuff. All right, we're going to an epic episode for you this week. Gabe Speier, who's going to be a crucial part of the Mariners bullpen down the stretch, which we're going to dive into on Eyes on the M's, brought to you by King LASIK in just a second. But Gabe Speier sits down with me at T-Mobile Park to talk about his year and what's going to happen here in the month of September, because I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a fun stretch. The bullpen is going to be a big piece of that. We've also got, later on, Cal Raleigh home run tracker as well. Bunch of good stuff. So let's get right into it. It is time for Eyes on the M's, brought to you by King LASIK. Hey, mates, look, if you're ready for freedom of hassling with glasses and contacts, do what I did. Go to King LASIK. It was the best decision I ever made for my eyes. The procedure was easy and it was over in under 15 minutes. Start with a free Zoom consult at kinglasik.com. All right, so let's talk about something that could quietly decide the rest of the season and if this team is going to get into the playoffs, right? The bullpen, right? Seattle went shopping at the deadline, came home with callup Ferguson, right? As well as the offense too. But callup Ferguson was that veteran lefty who knows how to get big outs. He's been there before in the playoffs, right? It's massive. I can't speak highly enough for guys who have that kind of veteran leadership. This is more than just a depth move. It gives the Mariners that second left-handed weapon to pair with Gabe Speier, who, by the way, is joining the show in just a moment. But now this is where it gets interesting, right? Those middle innings. I've banged on about this all year long. How do you bridge the gap from the starters all the way to get to Andres Munoz? And it might not be the sexiest topic, I get it, but trust me, the stretch between your starter and to the ninth inning or eighth inning, Matt Brash and then Munoz combo, is going to decide a lot in these tight games down the stretch. Because here's the reality: every single game counts now. It really does when you're in this place. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see Dan Wilson and his staff, Woody, have a shorter leash on some of these starters, especially if it means matching up earlier to protect the lead. So how do you bridge the gap? And that's obviously the big question. You've got Carlos Vargas, Bizzardo as well, Speier, and now Ferguson. They're the big pieces, in my opinion. And look, Vargas and Bizzardo, they've had flashes, no doubt, of brilliance, right? Been really good, especially Bizzardo too, having a breakout year. And Vargas too. But we're also seeing moments where they're trying to stretch them from the sixth into the seventh, having to go that multiple inning piece. And it's gotten a little dicey, I'm not going to lie, especially lately, especially as this season wears on. That's why this Ferguson pickup matters, right? Watching him throw, I think he can be that guy who can cover multiple innings, right? And can do it consistently, by the way. Not just a mop-up, but can cover multiple innings in a tight game. The ability to settle a game down before it unravels. You need that, especially in September. Look, Vargas, he's been electric this year, no doubt, right? 99 was sink, breakout year. But lately, we've seen some cracks. The sinker is staying on plane a little bit more. He's not getting that same depth on that pitch. The command has been a little scattered, and he's just not missing barrels quite the same way. That's not the panic button stuff, but it's something to monitor. And this is where Gabe Speier becomes huge for this team. It's not that he just dominates lefties. I don't see him as just being that left-on-left guy. I know they got the two now and they can match up. I get it. He's really good against lefties. But he's also shown that he can get righties out. And with that heavy riding, that fastball that just kind of takes off, or this way, into lefties and away from righties, 95 plus, the velo isn't dipping at all, hasn't dipped down to those 92s, 93s, especially late in the year, and he's fearless in the strike zone. I'd go as far as saying give Speier the seventh inning. Make it his, right? Seventh inning, Gabe Speier, left or right, I don't care. And then you go Brash. And by the way, if Brash needs a breather, give Speier the eighth inning. What I like about Gabe is the way he can mix his looks too. So he can go heavy fastball one day, which he has. Like last 15, 20 games, he's gone like 75% fastballs. And then the next day, if he's backing up facing the same hitters, he can lean heavy on that slider as well. So it just gives him that different look. It's a little bit veteran level sequencing that keeps hitters guessing, even if they've seen him 24 hours ago. And come September, they're going to push him hard. You can feel it, man, because here's the bigger picture. When you're trying to match up against a team like Houston, who you're chasing right now, who also has a loaded bullpen, you can't just hope for your starters to go deep. Yes, that's plan A, I get it, but plan B is knowing you can match up in the sixth. You're comfortable to go into that bullpen in the sixth as opposed to trying to lean on that starter to get those big outs. You can lock down the seventh and hand it to Matt Brash and Munoz without a meltdown along the way. And with two trusted lefties now in Speier and Ferguson, that changes how Dan can play those matchups. Bottom line, that's for sure. If the Mariners are going to make a run in September and October, especially in October too, the bullpen is going to have to be more than solid. It's going to have to be a weapon. And we've got the feeling that it's about to be exactly that. Give Gabe Speier, give him the seventh inning, man. That's his, and you know what? He might be pitching on fumes, but that dude, he can handle it. All right, that was Eyes on the M's, brought to you by King Lasik. When we come back, we've got the Cal Raleigh home run tracker. I sit down with Mariners reliever Gabe Speier. So don't go anywhere. Keep it right here on the Top Step.
Wellness. How do you practice it easily every day? At Olympic Hot Tub, we have more ways to achieve total wellness at home than ever before. Immerse yourself and let jets melt stress away in a saltwater hot spring spa. Swim in the privacy of your own backyard in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to cozy warmth and detox in an amazing Tilo sauna. Then awaken your mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Better you, better life.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, proud Marine Corps veteran and owner of Warrior Injury Law. We help all types of injury victims, like Ann, who broke her leg in a trip and fall accident.
I had broken my femur and I was in horrific pain. We chose Warrior because they had a good reputation. I wasn't just a name, I was a person, and that makes a big difference. I'm just grateful that we had the settlement for my care. I'm very pleased.
If you've been injured, call us at 253-WARRIOR. Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested.
See life better with perfect, clear, natural vision from King LASIK.
Being a former professional athlete, I still love staying active. From paddleboarding, snowboarding, even playing with the kids, everything was such a hassle dealing with glasses and contacts. I'm so grateful to Dr. King and King LASIK. It's amazing how much better I see life.
I'm Dr. Joseph King. Let's free your eyes from the hassle of glasses and dirty contacts.
Schedule your free consult at kinglasik.com. King LASIK. See life better.
How we going, mates? Welcome back to the Top Step. It's time for the Cal Raleigh Home Run Tracker, brought to you by Bob Oates Plumbing and Sewer. Cal Raleigh approved. Bob Oates is here for you. Look, we've got two to cover here, two against the New York Mets, number 45 and 46. This last one, by the way, at Williamsport, at that Little League game, epic, going the other way, inching closer and closer to tying up and passing Salvador Perez as the most home runs in a season for a catcher. That was a Cal Raleigh Home Run Tracker, brought to you by Bob Oates Plumber and Sewer. Cal Raleigh approved. Bob Oates is here for you. All right, let's get down to T-Mobile and catch up with Gabe Speier. Hey mates, before we get to Gabe Speier, I want to let you know that Cal Raleigh now has his own beer. Are you kidding me? I tell you, I can't love this guy even more. Big Dumper Beer, a collaboration between Scuttlebutt Brewing and Cal Raleigh himself, the Big Dumper, available at Scuttlebutt locations and retailers near you. I need to get one for this desk right here. I need to try that thing. Sounds good. I wonder if are we talking a lager? That's my favorite. What is it? I'm going to find this out. All right, let's get down to T-Mobile Park as Gabe Speier joins me right here on the Top Step. Gabe Speier, good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Dude, you're killing it this year. I'm so happy for you. I've been in that situation before where you're coming off a really good year where you feel like you've established yourself as a big leaguer, right? Like you're being a part of something. And then last year was rough. Coming to this year, we were talking in spring training, you talked about getting your velocity up and this, and everyone's optimistic in spring training. But here we are in August, man. You were like one of the most dominant dudes in the game.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride, no doubt. I mean, that offseason going into 2024 last year, the year before I had thrown in 69 games, and I kind of told myself I'm going to take more time off because I had such a heavy workload in 23. And I kind of just felt like I was a little behind in spring training. Started pressing a little bit with the velocity. It was down. You know, and then actually had a pretty strong first month and a half that year, and then got injured, and yeah, just never really got back and struggled, like you said. And then so this most recent offseason, I kind of had a new blueprint. Started throwing right away, and just kept the arm going, and threw a lot more bullpens, a lot more mound work, and to get that velocity up, and it's been better this year.
Do you feel like you got injured last year because you said you wanted to take more time off? Really, first time you've had a full 6 month high pressure, like, you know, big workload, and then all of a sudden, did you get to like January and go, man, I feel like I'm behind, and then you got to spring training and you realize like.
Yeah, I remember my first bullpen in spring, like, it just wasn't where I wanted to be. Like, it just didn't feel like it was coming out good. And because of that, I kind of started worrying about my velocity and really trying to work on it. And it's not something to necessarily work on during season. It's more, you know, you're out there to get hitters out, not, oh, that was 92 and I'm normally 95, what the heck? And so yeah, it was a little bit of a mental grind, and then going down with the injury, and then coming back and never really getting back to full strength, full form, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it was hard to deal with, but I definitely learned from it and kind of took it into this most recent offseason and worked on some things.
Is it looking up, like throwing a pitch, glancing up at the radar gun and going, what, the 92?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you try and let it eat, and then.
Yeah, and it's still 92, and yeah, and it's just and so at that point you're just throwing and not pitching, and you can pitch with 92, you can get outs with 92, but the way I was using it, I was trying to throw hard. I wasn't, you know, my focus was about what was coming out of my hand and not trying to get the hitter out. So
right.
Yeah,
we had not going to name names, former teammate here was coming back from injury, and he was just like obsessed with getting that velo back. He was like 96, 97 with sync, but he was like 92s, 94s, but they really wanted him back. And they just shut the radar guns off in the stadium. It was so weird. I'm like, is the radar gun broken? Because we were all like dying to see what he was throwing. And he kept glancing up there too. Yeah. And we're watching him from the bullpen, looking at him. Look, he's like searching for it. He's looking around everywhere, but they shut it off because they knew it was just getting in his head. But it's a real thing, man.
Oh,
like,
no, absolutely.
Especially now for you guys. This is back when we didn't have, like, every time you friggin' throw a pitch, there's an iPad screen giving you every little metric.
Yeah. I try not to dive too deep into that. Obviously, the hitter's going to tell you if it's a good pitch or not. I kind of lean more towards that and not diving too deep. Obviously, if I go on a bad stretch, it might be worth it to kind of like look into that stuff and maybe tweak some things. But I try to kind of just stay in the moment and not try to get too much into the analytics.
All right, welcome back to the Top Step. We're going to get right back to Gabe Speier, but before we do, I want to let you know that this segment is brought to you by Olympic Hot Tub. Look, a daily soak in a saltwater hot spring spa, a swim in an endless pool, swim spa, or a therapeutic session in a Tylo sauna. Ways Olympic Hot Tub can help you feel, live, and be better. Start today at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life. All right, let's get back down to T-Mobile Park with Gabe Speier. Now, talking about the bullpen, you guys just got Caleb Ferguson to add another lefty, and obviously it takes a little bit more of the pressure on those middle innings, right? Like bridging the gap for you and then Brash and Munoz. When you get a guy like Caleb Ferguson, is that when you see that name pop up, you know, and you got another fellow lefty in there, as a bullpen, are you guys like looking around going, like, not thank you like a relief because all of a sudden you got someone else to sort of carry the workload, but is that cool when you see the Mariners go out and make a move like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, he's not just another lefty arm, he's a high leverage guy. He comes, not only does he bring strengths on the field, but he brings a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. You know, he's got, after this year, he's going to have 7 years of service time. He's pitched in the World Series. He brings a lot of knowledge. And I think it's really good to have out there. And yeah, I think we're going to work as a tandem together. It's not going to be like me and him or him and me. It's, you know, we're both kind of these high leverage lefties that can work as a tandem, and it's exciting.
Does that matter, you think? Like when you, in regards to having those conversations, like bouncing stuff off someone who has pitched deep in the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, a couple guys, I think, you know, Munoz and Brash have pitched in the playoffs.
And by the way, it's not like he sits there and goes, all right, everyone listen up now.
No. He's been great. He's settled right in. He's a great dude. He's easy to talk to. He's been awesome. And I think guys are feeding off of him and kind of bouncing things off of him, and it's been really good. It's been really good to have him out there.
All right, so talk me through this, man. You got Tony Arnerich out there, and tell people before you go into a game, get the call, Gabe, get going. What's the conversation happening with you and Tony?
Okay, so yeah, I'll give an example. I've got 7th inning. I'm starting the 7th inning. I start warming up. Once I'm loose, he comes up to me and he tells me the first 3-4 hitters, how to attack them, what works well, maybe what to stay away from. But we kind of try to keep it positive, not that stay away from the don'ts and just tell me what to do, don't tell me what not to do kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't want to know what not to do.
Right.
I want to know what to do.
Okay.
Because when you're out there, you want to think of, what am I doing? What do I need to do? Not stay away from this, stay away from that. That's not a good place to be.
So in other words, like still like, I always talk about like this, like, oh, this guy can't handle this pitch. It's like, I barely friggin' throw that pitch, man. Okay.
Yeah, lots of the time, generally when it's a lefty, I have a plan A is what we call it, which for me is sinkers in, 4-seamers up, sliders down beneath or away. And sometimes it's as simple as, hey, this guy's plan A. And other times it's, hey, plan A, but lean slider a little more, or plan A, lean sinker in a little more. It's really simple. We try to keep it simple and pitch to your strengths.
Right, okay.
It's the biggest thing.
All right, so nothing too crazy.
No.
Okay. Because, I mean, again, like I've been around Tony. I feel like he just has that sort of that, demeanor where it's going to be simple.
Yeah.
And something you're going to trust too. Look, one thing you do really well, you pitch into lefties, man. I love it. And I feel like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong here, you can totally tell me I'm off. I feel like pitching in, and righties, lefties, doesn't matter. Pitching in, like everyone pitches up now, right? I get that. When I was pitching, it was like, oh, you have to throw absolute ched to pitch up. and it's, the game's obviously changed a lot. But pitching in, I feel like is this lost art. Like, guys I'm watching dudes, I'm like, man, you could just completely just get on the handle right here. Get off the barrel. Like, is there a different, what is it about pitching in, man? Because I know for me, it was like the high risk, especially, left on right. If I miss in, this guy can just keep the hands inside and take me deep. Is there a certain mentality about pitching in, or is there, and not for you, because you're not going to sit here and say, oh, well, I'm worried I'm going to hit him or whatever. But is there, if you were coaching a kid, or if you had a young minor leaguer and you were like, hey man, pitching in is such a weapon, because it is for you, man. That running that fastball in on the hands is such a weapon. Some of my favorite lefties who I used to watch and try and copy what they were doing did that. But it's a certain mentality, right? What is it about guys that when they shy away from pitching in?
Yeah, I think I don't think you're wrong at all. I think you're hitting it on the head. I think that pitching in, it opens up the away and the slider beneath or whatever. It just kind of opens everything up, makes everything look better. If you're just sinker away, yeah, you might get the first guy to roll over, but then guys are going to start leaning out and maybe driving the ball the other way. I mean, hitters are good too. You got to give them credit.
Right.
So I think showing in, even just once in an at bat, it changes the dynamic of the at bat, and you can. Once you establish that fastball in, you can go anywhere from there. You can go back in, you can go away, you can go beneath, you can go above. I mean, it just kind of opens up everything.
Am I wrong though to think that some guys may be uncomfortable pitching in, even like lower levels?
Yeah, I think it's an intimidating pitch because there's a potential of hitting him and putting him on base. There's potential to some guys like it in and they could be waiting on it, but. If you've got a good fastball, you got to throw it in. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of these ones that I'm watching, and that was a big thing, man. Like you have to pitch on both sides of the plate. This is pre-pitching up.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, if I could nail that pitch in, it just changed everything.
Yeah.
It did. But it was hard, man. Yeah. Like it took everything I had to like get it in there. You know, especially to a righty.
Yeah. For me, four seam, lots of the time. I kind of just throw it and it goes there. I'm fortunate to. I don't know what it is. For me, I don't really try to aim pitches. For me, it's repetition. I know what it feels, what my body feels like to execute a pitch inside, and I just try to repeat that. But yeah, I think for me, the four seam in it's not nothing's easy to throw, but it's an easier pitch than the sinker in for me because the sinker runs more arm side and there's more, it's more prone to maybe run over the plate.
So you're going four seam in. Usually you would go, okay. So every time I'm saying, oh, there's another sinker in.
Well, sometimes if you do see me shake, like I said, I don't shake often. Sometimes Cal or Garb will call a sinker in and I've got to be really committed to that pitch to throw it, and I'll shake that sometimes.
See life better with perfect, clear, natural vision from King LASIK.
Being a former professional athlete, I still love staying active. From paddleboarding, snowboarding, even playing with the kids, everything was such a hassle dealing with glasses and contacts. I'm so grateful to Dr. King and King LASIK. It's amazing how much better I see life.
I'm Dr. Joseph King. Let's free your eyes from the hassle of glasses and dirty contacts.
Schedule your free consult at kinglasik.com. King LASIK. See life better.
What do you do when you're
Oh boy, The Big Dumper is my favorite. I love this show.
Sylvester, you're in this show. It's coming soon.
Oh, that's right, Poopy. But if I'm here and the show's coming soon, am I in the future?
Bob Oates is here for you.
I'm attorney Rob Iddens, proud Marine Corps veteran and owner of Warrior Injury Law. We help all types of injury victims, like Ed, who suffered a neck injury in a highway pileup.
Had a bulge disc in my neck. It was pinching my spinal cord, so reached out to Rob. It was amazing. Their whole team were honest and kept me informed, like they were actually interested in helping me, not just a number. I'm very pleased with the outcome. I would definitely choose these guys any time of the week.
If you've been injured, call us at 253-WARRIOR. Warrior Injury Law. Battle tested.
Wellness. How do you practice it easily every day? At Olympic Hot Tub, we have more ways to achieve total wellness at home than ever before. Immerse yourself and let jets melt stress away in a saltwater hot spring spa. Swim in the privacy of your own backyard in an endless pool swim spa. Retreat to cozy warmth and detox in an amazing Tilo sauna. Then awaken your mind and body with a cold plunge. You'll be saying, ah, in no time. Your path to wellness starts today at Olympic Hot Tub. Better you, better life.
Welcome back to the Top Step. This segment is brought to you by Core Contractors, the Center of Remodeling and Restoration. All right, now you do have a crazy call-up story. I want people to know about it.
Yeah.
All right, talk me through it. What
so
went down?
I got designated in 2020, and I cleared waivers. I was back with Kansas City on a minor league contract. I was in AAA in 2021. That was like one of my best years in the minor leagues, 2021, and I wasn't really getting called up, and they finally did in September when the rosters expanded. And I got a call saying, hey, we need you, we play, our game starts in an hour, we need you here at the ballpark as soon as possible. And AAA for the Royals is in Omaha, Nebraska, which is about 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
So I call my wife, she packs up a bag, she gets our dog in the car. She comes and picks me up, and we drive down. We're driving.
And you're pretty. It's a good drive, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I haven't eaten.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm really hungry. I'm thinking we're gonna stop to eat. I get a call from the Royals saying, hey, we need you here as soon as possible.
Ooh, okay.
We need to use you in this game, kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna stop to eat. Let's just go. We go, I pull up to the stadium. It's like the 6th inning. And I get out of my car. I start putting my uni on, and one of my teammates comes in, Chris Bubich, all-star this year. But he was like, hey, Mike Matheny, he was our manager. He needs you, like, hurry up. And I'm like, okay, good one, like mess with the new guy kind of thing, like kind of brushing it off. But sure enough, I get into the dugout, and he's like, hey man, we need you to run to the bullpen and start getting hot right now.
What?
Yeah. No warm up, no food,
God.
no nothing. It didn't end up mattering because I had so much adrenaline, like I didn't even feel anything.
But hang on, just to be clear, you had never stepped foot pitching on a big league field.
No, I had debuted in 2019.
Gotcha.
And I pitched a little bit in
Gotcha.
2020 in the COVID year.
Gotcha.
But so minimal though,
Okay, gotcha.
maybe 15 innings.
Okay, all right, okay.
15 innings up to this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough, sorry, so keep going.
Yes, so he tells me I need to go. I run across the field during a mound visit in a major league game and start throwing. And I enter the game, face Matt Olson, strike him out, and I faced another guy and got him out, got out of the inning. And I think the time frame from me arriving to the ballpark to me pitching in the game was 20 minutes.
No way.
So I jumped hopped out of my car, and 20 minutes later, I was pitching in the game.
The thing is, too, you can't be like, oh, no, I need time, or,
Yeah.
hey, I've got to go do my plyo ball routine. No, you can't.
No,
Like,
I was a rookie. I was super great. I was just like, you tell me what to do, and I'll do it, and that's what happened. And it ended up working out. I pitched well, thankfully. But yeah, crazy moment.
Do you remember what pitches you threw to Matt Olson? Probably because you maybe replayed in your head now, but back then you were probably...
I remember I struck him out on a slider. But yeah, it was like kind of a blackout moment. It was like, I don't really remember, but I've seen the video, and and it was a crazy
That is wild,
time.
man.
Yeah.
So hang on. So your wife drops you off.
Yes.
Where'd she go after that?
She actually barely made it into the stadium to watch.
Oh my god. What did you do with the dog?
The dog came in. The dog came in. They let the dog in into the stadium.
So you could have said, oh, we left the windows down or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, right? It's so hot.
No,
too.
she like took him out to go to the bathroom. I think a clubby was like, let's get you into the stadium. And yeah, they got them both in. Yeah.
Man, that is wild. All right, listen, I've kept you too long, but we do like to do a segment called How to Speak Australian, brought to you by the Kangaroo and Kiwi. Now, you have some Australian ties, so this one we're going to do a little bit different because you do have a brother-in-law, right?
Yes, my brother-in-law.
Tell us.
My brother-in-law is a punter in the NFL. He is currently a free agent, but his name is Mitch Wisnowski. He's punted for the 49ers for the last 5 years, and he's from Perth, Australia.
How about that?
Yeah.
Does he go back home at all?
Yeah, his parents are still back home. Him and his wife are thinking about buying a place back there and living there full time. But yeah, they go back and forth a little bit.
Nice. What do you know from him? What have you learned about Australia from him?
Just the slang and stuff like that. And he showed me pictures of where he grew up, and it's beautiful. And I definitely want to go. I haven't been, but I definitely want to go.
Do you know I'm putting you on the spot here, any words that come to mind that are appropriate?
Flip-flops or thongs.
That's right, yeah.
Sunglasses, sunnies.
Sunnies, there you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's more, but I'm not thinking of them right now.
You nailed it, man. They're the usual ones that people don't quite understand. They're the big one. They're the dailies. So that was How to Speak Australian, brought to you by the Kangaroo and Kiwi. Gabe, this is awesome, man. Keep killing it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, buddy.